Okay, just setting up cameras here. Sorry, folks. You never know exactly what cameras you're gonna get from people. So, let me flop on over. Yeah, I got to fix cams here. So just give me a second, and we'll get started. Da-da-da-da-da. That's not mile. Why is it putting mile? Oh, because I keep going to the wrong one. It's weird. Okay. And ta-da. Actually, Oeuf means egg. I gotta flip you around. You gotta put that carpet on your right side. That's why. All right. Flipping you. We're gonna flip you around. You'll be backwards. You were curious what pick would come up? I mean, yeah, these two do not have... they don't have headshots that I could find, so I had to go clip stuff, and like Scamper literally just looks like exactly the same. Like it's like a duplicate, because I just pulled it from one of Scamper's streams, and I pulled Oeuf's from one of his streams, so it's just, yeah. This game is just starting, Weisbrot. You can't find the CTWC DAS headshots? Yeah. Okay. It's funny, like Scamper's Scamper's like a clone. I love it. I love it so much. Makes me very happy. All right, let's get this thing started. We'll do a little thing. Ready? Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. DAS Masters June 2025 orange bracket. Let's show you what we're doing. Where is that? Orange bracket is right here. It's going to be Scamper versus Oeuf means egg. The winner goes against Weisbrot, and the winner of that will eventually go against Tugi later in the month. And just want to remind you all that the prize pool comes from y'all. So if you do want to support the players and make sure they keep coming back to play this tournament, well, you know, kind of blowing up the prize pool, that is a great thing to do. So, yeah, if you want to contribute to the prize pool, use the Matcherino command while you're here in chat. That'll bring up a couple of links. The second one that you see is the one for DAS Masters. Click on that. That'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you log in. Click on that. And then, yeah, you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account and then go from there. It's pretty easy. So thanks again for everybody who has contributed to this prize pool so far. We got a long way to go till we hit our $2,000 incentive, and we can pay, our $1,000 incentive, so we can pay the top 8. But we have had contributions from Rogue Potato, Hinta, Abby Normal, Joe, Arbaro, Serial Number, and Whoops. And we have 2 contribution codes left to do. So if somebody wants to go in there real quick and get that all done, that would be great. Yeah, and I say we just get right into it if the players are ready, which I think they are. So we will go ahead. Oh, that's Masters. I keep doing that. Why do I keep doing that? I don't know why I keep doing that. Navigating my new scenes here. Okay. Wow, it's 3-1. Oeuf already won. That's crazy. What the heck? There we go. Round 1. I'm going to go ahead and put pieces in the chat for the players. When you are ready, you can put those pieces in, and we will get started. Oh, I want to clone this mute button. Let me see. Copy. And I want to put that in the game folder. Let's put it down here. Let's clone me. Oh God, no! Please don't. There's more than enough of me to go around. Okay, A32, 662. Both players are ready. Scamper versus Oeuf means egg. Let's get him started. CTM Das Masters. Orange bracket 321 Tetris. Thank you, Junior, for the contribution to the prize pool in the amount of 1047. Really appreciate that. On the left side of your screen, it is Scamper. Scamper qualified into seed number 17 with a 1.006 million average of his best two games played in a 60-minute qualifying period. Scamper from Great Britain, UK, whatever you want to call it. GBR is what the official three-letter code of the country is, so I will let you decide what the name of that place is. Scamper has a DAS PB of 1.26 million. That's good for about 23rd on the overall PB leaderboard. You might know Scamper as the organizer of the legendary and very influential CT DAS tournaments. Back in the day, those were like 2021 through 2023. There's a series of test tournaments and then real tournaments. And Scamper is the organizer of that. This is Scamper's third appearance in DAS Masters. He has finished as high as the top 16. Did that back in March. And Scamper also played in CTWC Silver back in the two online years, 2020 and 2021. Also was top 8 in CTEC Classic Tetris European Championship. That's a PAL tournament. That was back in 2020, and I think that was one of their online years as well. 173 for Scamper, 76,000 for Oeuf means egg, and Oeuf does in fact mean egg. And in French. So there's the why that name is there. Oeuf is qualified into seed number 32, just barely getting in to our last seed with a 927,000 point or million, what 927,000 point qualifier. There you go. That's how it works. Has a 1.19 with DAS. That's good for about 75th on the overall list. 6th appearance in DAS Masters for Oeuf means egg. And looking for his first top 16 appearance. He's also been in the Masters event 6 times, finishing as high as the top 8. That was back in December of 2019. A Challenger Circuit winner back in September 2019. 174 for Oeuf means egg, 268 for Scamper. And Oeuf finished in the top 4 in CTWC's DAS Championship in 2023. And last year made it into the top 8. Also played in the silver bracket in CTWC in 2020. And played in Scamper's CT DAS tournaments back in the day. 319 for Scamper, 225 for Oeuf means egg. This is a best of 5 match, so the first player to 3 victories is the winner. The winner of this match will take on Weisbrot in round 2. Which is basically the round of 24. 365 for Scamper. There's a Tetris 388. 296 for Oeuf means egg. I have that exact same blanket that Oeuf has, showing backwards on your screen because I had to reverse the cameras just to make the composition of the layout work. But I have that. It was $5 at the store Five Below. It was a $5 Tetris blanket. 326 for Oeuf, 419 for Scamper. I think a lot of people have that blanket. And it is funny that it was at the store called Five Below, given that that is the name of an adjustment in NES Tetris. 467 for Scamper. Nice upside down L to make a little tuck setup for that T. Scamper now Tetris ready. 467. 374 Oeuf, back by about 90,000 points. All of a sudden, Scamper's board starting to complicate. Just 13 lines to go until the 19 speed increase. Okay. Really use a bar, gets the bar. 2 lines to go. All right, Scamper, we'll see what he can do here. This is a tough transition with Das. We'll see what he can do. Square goes to the left, 484. Oeuf is in at 471. Also has a tough board here on 19. Scamper going to top out at 485. And so Oeuf means egg with a chase down target of 486. But this is not a gimme. See what he can do to try to eke out the next 7,000 points. That left side, oh no, is that going to be cut off? He gets a square over there, but no, that's going to be a top out for Oeuf means egg, and Scamper is going to hang on by his fingernails and did just enough to take game number 1. Oh my word. What a mess indeed. Oof. Yes, indeed. Oof. Says Lori. All right, we're going to put new pieces in the chat for the players. You can take a moment if you need it. 2A2607. 2A2607. Yeah, so it looks like Scamper didn't know he won, so he's probably just sitting there the whole time stewing, you know, self-reproach. Oh my God, I'm terrible. I'm so bad. Yeah, and you won. So look at that. All that wasted energy. That's funny. All right, looks like both players are ready to go in game number 2. Scamper is up 1 game to none. He just found out that that is the case. So here we go on to game number 2. It has been difficult, I gotta say, coming up with headshots for a lot of the DAS players. You know, the players who are pretty much DAS mains or only play in DAS tournaments, or maybe DAS is their, you know, their best play style. Just because there's, been so few DAS only events. And it's just been really tough to come up with them. All right, Oeuf means egg in a little bit of a situation that left side could really use some help. So a lot of times with the DAS players, I'm having to go to their streams and find them. And that's really just for a lack of a competitive DAS scene for so many years. And so hopefully we have righted that wrong between DAS Masters and DAS Champions League and Jonas Cup. All right, long bar over at Tetris, Scamper, and another one, 103. 45,000 for Oeuf. There's a long bar in Tetris. But yeah, if you're in DAS Masters or you don't like your headshots, you can send in another one. I'll consider using it. Just DM it to me. Neutral background would help, and then from the bottom of your rib cage up. That is what we need. 137 for Oeuf means egg. 194 for Scamper. Whoops says, watching these pros before playing myself has definitely given me a delayed sense of when it's time to start emergency burning during droughts. Oh yeah, you think you can handle these high droughts like these players can, and we mortals definitely can't. There's the JD spin to clean up that mess for Oeuf means egg. Either the JD spin or the boiler spin. $194 for Oeuf, $249 for Scamper. That spin actually feels easier to pull off than a regular T-spin for some reason. Okay, Tetris, one row off the bottom for Scamper, 305. There's one for Oeuf means egg, 264. Yeah, this bracket especially was basically impossible to source headshots for. Weisbrot, it hasn't played a lot of matches in the database, so. $315 for Scamper, $272 for Oeuf. There's a Tetris into column 8 for Scamper. That's why I strongly encourage, if you are running a regional, bring a green screen and take a good picture of these players against a green screen. It would be a very good thing to do for the overall classic Tetris scene. I see so many screenshots, so many headshots, not just here, but other events where it's just like these grainy, weird ones. Or it's hard to crop out. You get all this weird artifacts and stuff along the perimeter of these players there, the edge of the player's image. Bring that green screen. 373 for Oeuf, 440 for Scamper. Just skimming a Tetris for Oeuf. When we do Lone Star next time, we will definitely be taking headshots, which we didn't really do. Maybe we did 1 year, but I don't know where those are. Or no, we didn't actually have room for it because we had so little room. And if we do Lone Star again, we're going to be in a place where we have plenty of room. 430 for Oeuf means egg. 453 for Scamper. J.R. Gagne says, please, what does it mean, skibidi Tetris? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. A lot of people say that. I don't know what it means or why they say it. 457 for Scamper. That long bar is very helpful in column 8 to help uncover that well. And yeah, Oeuf going to pass on the S flat. Might have been better off doing it. Might have saved himself some burns here, but it's all right. Still low. Building out that left side. He's set up for a Tetris. Ends up having to burn it down a bit. 500 for Oeuf, 475 for Scamper. CTM regionals? There are no CTM regionals. There's one. And it's not even a regional. It's our live championship. No, we are best at doing online tournaments, right? So we'll just do the good thing. We'll do the thing we're good at. 565 for Oeuf, 567 for Scamper. A Tetris Scamper 602 level 24, 579 Oeuf means eggs, so they're about, well, they're a little less than a Tetris apart. They know. Oh, wow. Oeuf gets that Z over to the left. I didn't think that was going to get over. Oh, no, that misdrop of the L for Scamper. Oh, my goodness, and he gets the long bar over to the left. He's got a good route out of this. 704 for Scamper. There's a nice triple, and he is going to, looks like, survive this. He's going to try to get built up again. 717 for Scamper. 637 for Oeuf. So just 17 lines to go until 29 for Oeuf, and he's back by, you know, a couple of Tetrises here and also ahead in line. So he really needs to go as efficiently as he can here. And no, that misdrop is not going to be good for Oeuf, and he's not going to be able really to do much of anything. And that's going to be a top out for Oeuf at 684, and Scamper is already good here on level 28. So we'll just watch his last couple of line clears here. Scamper going to go up 2-0. And Chen, by the way, CTWC regionals are super fun. Do not say that they're overrated or anything. They are fun. They are an opportunity for people to get together and enjoy playing Tetris in person and meet up with one another and build community. And they are done by local organizers, so they're not all professionals with a huge budget. So I will not hear anyone dragging CTWC regionals. I am not here for that. Okay, Scamper takes game number 2, goes up 2-0. 3-7 E0 F9. 3-7 E0 F9. There's another match coming up after this one. It'll be Weisbrot from Germany. Laurie says, not on YouTube either. We just don't do that. There you go. Laurie setting the tone over on YouTube. Okay, both players are on seed and both players have signaled ready. So let's get them started in game 3. Oeuf means egg. Looking to win one here. Try to extend this match. Scamper would love to take this down right now. All right, Scamper's first Tetris comes in column 3. And Oeuf means egg looking for Tetris number 1. There it is, long bar in Ding Dong Tetris for Oeuf means egg. And there's another one, 48,000 for Oeuf, 47,000 for Scamper. Seems to be living in that column 3. We've got a lot more Tetris for you today, including, the match to follow this one versus Weisbrot. We also have 2 Masters streams. I think we have the, Peak versus Guafi match in Masters that couldn't happen because of the internet outage over on Peak's side the other day. So that will be happening. In about 2 hours. And then tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, which is midnight UTC, we will have Masters Purple. That'll be Tetris Time versus Eliash, and the winner versus Sodium. Yes, Eliash in Masters, regular old Masters. Tetris for Scamper, 150 here for Oeuf as well. Tetris Scamper 199. There's one for Oeuf 242. Okay, a little bit droughted here, but long bar is finally coming. So they're just about tied in lines. And Oeuf with a 35,000 point lead. It's about a Tetris and a half. Yeah, anytime these streams are scheduled close together, YouTube just can't handle it. And it just creates all these weird duplicate streams. It's pretty weird. So I'm glad you guys found us over on YouTube. Lori, Ravioli, Mark. Thanks for hanging out over there. Tetris for Scamper, 325, 342 for Oeuf means egg. Tetris for Oeuf, 369. There's one Scamper, 352. Lines are tied. Tetris Oeuf 419. Tetris Scamper for 70. So we're 17 lines away from that 19 transition here in game 3. And the scores are pretty darn close. Tetris column 8 for Oeuf Means Egg. 7 lines to go till 19. Tetris Scamper. So both players Tetris away from 19. Oeuf gets that Tetris into 19 at 5:43 is the entry. Scamper is going to enter at 5:63. So Scamper able to gain ground on Oeuf during 18 and get into 19 with a lead. Tetris Oeuf 596. 574 Scamper. Now Scamper. Yeah, now the score is a lot closer here as Oeuf Means Egg gets a couple of Tetrises while Scamper kind of digging and cleaning. There's a Tetris Scamper, 632. Level 21. As far as I can tell, for as long as these players have been in the classic Tetris scene, I don't think these players have faced off against one another before, and they've, played DAS tournaments and all things like that. I don't think they've played each other. Tetris for Oeuf Means Egg, 803, 733 for Scamper. Both players with dirty boards. Trying to clean them up here. That long bar is going to help Scamper a lot. Bring this down a couple of rows. Oeuf Means Egg with about a 60,000 point lead. And both players getting cleaner. Oh no, that S is going to that Z is going to overshift for Scamper. And now spiring a bit. I can tell you that's spiring very uncomfortable. Scamper trying to get set up, gets a bunch of bars in a row that he just can't use for Tetrises. 886 for Oeuf Means Egg on 26. Dirty Tetris for Scamper, 801. Under 30 lines to go until 29. So Scamper is going to have to make up a lot of ground here in a short period of time. And there's a Tetris for Scamper. Oeuf still cleaning up a bit. Tetris is on 27. We're 33,600. So Oeuf needs to keep scoring. Scamper needs to keep scoring. Might have to be in a setup for 2 situation for Scamper. And Oeuf is going to get the max out into 29. And yeah, he's going to have to set up for 2 if he can get... Oh, he doesn't know it yet. Or if he can try to get something on 29 here, just sort of slow tapping. And no, not going to be able to do it. Oeuf Means Egg will take game number 3 and hang on in this tournament. We are going to go to a game 4. Yeah, a second Tetris there would, if he could have gotten it, which is, not something that really happens all that often. That would have sealed it. But there's that stream delay and you just don't know it. Okay. New pieces. 90 AE D7. Andrew Meep says that bar column 9 hurt. Yeah, there's a couple of misdrops on Scamper's side. Hurt him there. And then, of course, Oeuf had a couple that hurt him there, too. So those misdrops affecting both players late in the game. Okay, both players are ready. Game number 4, Scamper 2, Oeuf 1. We still have one code left. Junior got one, so we have one code left. Who is it going to be? Who will be the hero of the Matcherino? I suppose I could do it. I mean, what if I just did it? Not Chen. All right, thank you, Chen. It's Kern MX. Thank you, Kern MX. Appreciate that. You have won the internet today. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All the claim codes are done. So that got us a certain amount of the way there, but now the rest is up to y'all. Use that Matcherino command in chat or go.ctm.gg/dasprize if you're watching after the fact. Tetris for Oeuf 136. There's one Scamper 117 as we get underway in game number 4. Oeuf able to avoid the sweep. Now looking for more. Scamper going to uncover that well. Uses the bar for a Tetris. 212, 210 for Oeuf means egg. All right, a skim and a Tetris there for Oeuf 238 and another Tetris 261. Excuse me. Oeuf means Egg's first ever matches in the competitive classic Tetris scene. His first ever match was against Corian in the Masters event of April 2019. Also played Noel. Of course, if you remember from the old days, Noel is a player who would play the Guitar Hero controller. And his first ever match win came against Mega Retro Man in Tetris Deathmatch of May 2019. And his second win came against your old pal Van Dweller in the community tournament. 343 for Oeuf Means Egg, 342 for Scamper. And Oeuf Means Egg would go on to win that community tournament, by the way. Scamper's first match against another legend. That was back in June of 2019 against Chris Forrest, another legend. $377 for Oeuf Means Egg, $413 for Scamper. Oh, that's going to be a top out for Scamper at 419. That L to the left just did not get over, and that's going to cut off the left side. So Oeuf Means Egg, 420 is the target. Long bar in, and Oeuf is going to take game number 4 to force the deciding game number 5. What's up, Skip? So Oeuf Means Egg is good. We'll go ahead and put new pieces in the chat. Yeah, whenever Oeuf is here, well, it's really old players that go back to like 2019. You know, I like to talk about some of the early, you know, kind of the people who are here closer to the beginning. Skip Logic, of course, was an opponent of Scamper in Tetris Deathmatch back in the day. And I think probably against Oeuf as well. Kids these days don't know the pain of using VLC Media Player for this tournament. I know, right? Okay, let's just check seeds here. 6-5A, 3B7, 6-5A, 3B7. Both players are ready. It is game number 5. The winner will move on to round 2 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. So right here, Scamper is playing Oeuf Means Egg. Scamper's first ever win in a CTM event, which was in a community tournament. His first ever win in a CTM event was against a player named Egg Dizzy. So look at that. There are egg connections across, across time, reaching out to us from the past. So yeah, it is D-Sider time. There is the D. And this would be this is a reverse D situation, right? $114 for Scamper, $913 for Oeuf Means Egg. That is excellent information. Skip. That's true. Skip with some words of wisdom there. Just be very, very careful. All right, underway in game number 5. Maple cider. There's no Canadians in this scene. Maple cider is only going to come out, I think, when there's 2 Canadians, because we don't want to be biased against the non-Canadian, right? So if ever we get a decider between 2 Canadians, that is when maple cider will come out. Tetris for Oeuf 211, Scamper 171. Other Tetris Oeuf 234. Scamper gets that T to the left, keeping that well open. Yeah, blocks the well just in time for that bar to come, because that's Tetris. And yeah, it seems like every time a bar comes, Scamper has got a blocked well. So we're just going to bring this down. And there we go. Finally, a well-timed bar for Scamper 209. There's Tetris for Oeuf 282. Tetris for Scamper 232, 305 Oeuf. So yeah, as far back as these players go, they have not faced each other in the match database, as far as I can tell, which is kind of unusual. Oh, Lori with the $2 super chat says, I would still use the maple cider in chat as a Canadian, LOL. All right, I'll consider it, Lori. Only for you, though. $3.28 for Scamper, long bar, Tetris, $3.51. There's one, Oeuf, $4.24 through 88. So really good pace for Oeuf through 88 lines. Javanti says, come on, Scamper, let's go. Oh, the pullback from Scamper is going to make him lose Das. And that long bar gets over, and another one. So Scamper getting a little, I don't want to say bailed, but definitely those are fortunate long bars. So yeah, he tried to pull back. I think it was it a T, or I forget what piece it was, to make room for the bar, but couldn't maintain dash to get that bar to the right side. And it's not a bad notion. You know, he's back by over 130,000 points. It's not a bad notion to try to squeeze out some efficiency here, but that was scary. Okay, there's a triple for Scamper to bring this down. He's on 19, 468. Board pretty dependent here. Oh no, the middle of this board, and that is going to be a top out for Scamper at 469. And Oeuf means egg. Seed 32 is going to engineer a reverse sweep versus Scamper. So Oeuf, you will be moving on to round 2. Kind of a series of unfortunate events there for Scamper. but put in some thrilling games nevertheless. So GG's to you, Scamper. Hope to see you again in future events. Of course, Scamper, a true legend in the DAS field. Those very influential CT DAS tournaments back in the day. So GG's to you. Hope to see you again. All right. That's going to go in the books as a 3-2. So we'll give you the 3 so you can feel good. We'll go ahead and report this while you play this out. What are we, orange? All right, we'll watch him play it out. He's got great pace here. Level 23, 784. Really good pace. All right, Oeuf gonna top out at 838. So Oeuf, you will be moving on, and you're gonna be playing the other person on the screen. That is Weisbrot. So you can take a break if you want to. I still gotta fix up this scene a little, so feel free to do that. We'll run an ad real quick. Oh, thanks, Weisbrot. Appreciate that. We got to get a better headshot for you, though, buddy, if you're going to keep playing. So I had to pull something from a stream of yours. So, yeah, very clean shaven in your headshot. Then you've got, like, the villain beard today. So I like it. The light and the dark. All right, players, obviously you are warming up. Going to give you a 1-minute warning, and that's when I will give you the seed in 1 minute. In the meantime, though, there's something I want to say to everybody, which is Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. Okay, players, 1 minute warning. I'm going to go ahead and give you your pieces. And the pieces are here. When you're ready, you can continue. You can finish your warm up here. It's no problem, but the pieces are here. All right, Weisbrot getting some last-minute controller calibration there. All right, Weisbrot trying to learn how to play the game of NES Tetris here just before his round 2 match. Okay, controller is good, but you're bad. Well, that's good. I mean, at least, you know, how you do is up to you. Not up to your controller. I am excited for the potentiality of more reliable NES-style controllers people are working on. I am all for that. Anyway, the pieces are FF364E, FF364E. Those are the pieces, and you've got them. FF364E, good. Both players have signaled ready. They are on seed, so I say let us get them started. Orange bracket, round 2, Weisbrot versus Oeuf. The winner goes to the top 16. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is seed number 16. Weisbrot qualified in with a 1.008 average of his best 2 games played in a 60, there it is, 60-minute qualifier. Weisbrot from Germany has a DAS PB of 1.11 million. That's good for about 117th on the overall leaderboard. I believe this is Weisbrot's highest qualifier so far in a DAS Masters tournament. This is Weisbrot's 4th appearance in the top tier of DAS Masters, but he did win Super Circuit. So when we had multiple tiers of DAS Masters, Weisbrot won Super Circuit in July of 2024. That was our first month. We also saw Weisbrot play in the CTWC DAS Championship or World Cup or whatever you want to call it last year. I hope to see Weisbrot there again. Don't know. It's being held in his home country, so hopefully we'll get another shot to see Weisbrot play. On the right side of your screen, it is Oeuf means egg. Oeuf defeated Scamper in round 1 in a reverse sweep to make it here to round 2. Qualified in at seed number 32 with a 927,000 qualifier. Has a 1.19 PB. This is Oeuf's 6th appearance in Das Masters. And right now, if he can advance into the top 16, this would be Oeuf's highest finish. So yeah, looking for his first top 16 in Das Masters. Oeuf has been in the Masters event 6 times, finishing as high as the top 8. That was in December of 2019. Also won a Challengers circuit back in September. Oeuf also played in the CTWC DAS tournament last year along with Weisbrot. I don't know if they met up. I'll have to take a look, but I don't think they did. But they did both play in that event. Oeuf was in the top 8, was the top 4 the previous year, 2023. Also played in CTWC Silver Bracket the first online year in 2020. All right, Oeuf is answering questions. You just play Tetris. Don't worry about answering questions there, buddy boy. Also, you want to know how far back Oeuf goes. Oeuf played in the first ever CTL season. Weisbrot in trouble. That is going to be a top out for Weisbrot in game number 1. Oeuf is actually good already. And we'll take game number 1. Weisbrot, if you want to take it back and blame the controller, that's okay. We will accept it. But anyway, yeah. Oeuf means egg played in the very first CTL season. Season 1. So yeah, Oeuf goes way back. Old man at this point. So if you are good, we're going to put new pieces in the chat. 42FA4A. And if you want to take a moment, you can take, that's no problem. In about an hour and a half, we have a solo match coming up in the green bracket. That's going to be Peak versus Guafi. That's the match that couldn't happen because Peak's internet gave out. Guafi won the round 1 match and will take on Peak, who is sitting there in round 2 waiting. Okay, looks like both players are on seed. Both players are ready. So we're pushing the button to get a countdown for game number 2. Oeuf is up 1-0. Curious how you haven't mentioned the Oeuf versus Oeft Challengers match. Well, we can't mention it every time. But yeah, we're trying to different facts, right, for different days. I mean, I bet people don't know that you played in the first CTL season. There were not a lot of players in the first CTL season. So, different facts for different days. But that was a very exciting match. Oeuf versus Oeft. There was a player called Oeft.exe. And you can imagine the hilarity that ensued. Having to say, Oeuf with the 500,000, Oeft with the 450, Oeft. Sonic the Screw, tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Sonic the Screw. Appreciate that. It says, yay, Tetris. Don't forget, folks, if you are not subscribed to the channel and you are an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch Prime subscription to grant to the Twitch streamer of your choice every single month. But it is use it or lose it. You don't have to use it for us, but You know, it would be nice. But whatever you do, don't lose it. Or you will just put money right back in Bezos' pockets so he can send pop stars to the moon or whatever he's doing. What's he doing? I don't know. 85,000 for Weisbrot, 125 for Oeuf. Weisbrot apparently means white bread, as in the thing you put sandwiches in. Chen says we had critical lapis versus lapis lazuli recently on CTL. Oh, that's true. White bread and egg sandwich is like an egg salad sandwich. Maybe we need to have a food, just a food bracket, just all food-based names. Get an invite. Okay, Oeuf trying to keep that right side well open. And yeah, enduring a drought right now. But keeping it open, long bar over Tetris for Oeuf 209. Weisbrot gets one as well, 186. You prefer whole grain bread to white bread? I don't know. It depends on the sandwich. Like peanut butter and jelly, you don't want that on a whole grain bread. You just want that on bleached, white bread that's all bleached to hell. But like tuna's great on some sort of seedy, grainy bread. Tetris says, I do not like sandwiches. Where you're like the anti-Joey Tribbiani. Tetris for Oeuf 324, 281 for Weisbrot. Whole wheat bread for peanut butter and jelly? What is wrong with you? Whole wheat bread for all sandwiches? Oh my goodness. Tetris has never had tuna or peanut butter or jelly. I can't. I'm not with you there. Peanut butter and jelly, white bread only. 330 for Weisbrot, 374 for Oeuf means egg. And if you're gonna have like bologna sandwich, you have to have it on the cheapest, whitest bread you can get. Like you don't have bologna on whole grain bread. Okay, Weisbrot with that square on the left side. He's gonna have to work around that. Now he should be able to attack that left side, build that out. Rogue Potato, oh my god. Rogue Potato, you should be instantly banned for all these horrible puns in the chat. I can't even repeat them out loud. They're too there are children here. My word. We don't want children to think it's okay to come up with these horrible puns. 483 for Oeuf means egg, 386 for Weisbrot. Weisbrot into 19 at 411. Oeuf is in at 508. Tetris of 558. Yeah, what other sandwiches have to be on like white bread? It's an important question. Oeuf means egg trying to bring down this stack, which was a mess. He's demessifying it. Or trying not to messify it anymore. Oh, no, that is going to be a top out for Oeuf means egg, 579. The chase down target for Weisbrot is 580. He's got a lot of time to do this. Tetris is on level 22 are worth 27,600. So maybe 4 Tetrises, 3 Tetrises and change away. He's got 50 lines to work with before level 29 hits. So he can take his time. Inspiring a little bit. There is a long bar in for a Tetris, 500. All right, just trying to keep a good stack here. Building out that left side. Wants a well-timed bar, taking the skims. And yeah, can't. All right, there's a bar for Weisbrot. 545. Now on level 25. Tetris is worth 31,000. So a Tetris and like, well, now a Tetris would do it easily. But does not need to get it, I don't think. Triples at this level worth 8,000. He's open up on the right side for a Tetris, takes a skim, setting back up again. The long bar goes in, and there is the Tetris for Weisbrot, and chase down complete here in game number 2. Weisbrot will take the game and tie the matchup. So we'll watch him finish it out. Kind of grinding out a 600K here on 28. Okay. This is Maximal, says Zempro. Well, you gotta switch to rolling switch. Psycho the Unsane on Twitch says, I don't know, Van D. PB&J on sweet wheatberry multigrain is really good. Listen, PB&J is good on everything, but I just think the ideal for him is on white bread. All right, new pieces, players. Although I don't even like peanut butter as, you know, I like almond butter a lot better. PB&J not good on pumpernickel or rye. Yeah, you don't want like a PB&J on rye. Sounds gross. I like when the topic of sandwiches comes up because then Tyler, you know, chimes in. I've never had a sandwich, you know. It's like, all right, thank you. Anyway, the pieces are here. 755E, 9E. Grilled cheese on brioche. Yeah, I like grilled cheese on sourdough. But brioche will do. Okay, looks like both players are on seed and ready. So, what was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 between Weisbrot and Oeuf in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. And I love egg salad. I mean, any egg salad on anything, really. Excellent. I could go for it. We have a lot of eggs. PB&J on keto bread. Yeah, we pretty much eat keto bread. the Hero brand of bread. You can get it at Sprouts. We like the seeded grain one. Their white bread tastes a little odd, but I'll have it once in a while. It's more a texture thing. Sprouts sounds pricey. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you get. Natural Grocer is cheaper, but it's a little tiny bit further away, so. Okay, Tetris, Weisbrot, 74,000, 69,000 for Oeuf. He's going to uncover the right side. Well, get it, Tetris, 93,000. Wait, Zempro, you think PB&J on pumpernickel is good? Wow. Now, I have to say, I've never tried it, but I'm just imagining that in my mind. To me, it would be like putting like jam on a garlic bagel. You know, it's like, it doesn't sound right. $148 Weisbrot, $126 for Oeuf. I'm imagining if we had another Lone Star, maybe we could make some sort of event on like some sort of Tyler eating things game show format. I don't know. I'm gonna think about concepts here. Maybe we can fly Tyler out and have an event all about Tyler. 263 for Oeuf means egg, 242 for Weisbrot. Would you go on Tyler's podcast? I didn't even know that Tyler has a podcast. I don't know. I guess you would. I don't know what the podcast is about. 309 for Oeuf means egg, 292 for Weisbrot. Tyler has 40,000 monthly listeners on his podcast. How have you not heard it? Is that true? I've never heard of it. How would I know about it? I don't know. No one tells me anything. I'm the least informed person. 381 for Oeuf means egg, 362 for Weisbrot. You would know if you cared about him. You've made a good point. You're right. I would know if I cared about him. And now I know. So I must care about him. $390 for Weisbrot, $407 for Oeuf means egg. Game number 3. How do I find this podcast? Is he really has one? I gotta admit, I have a hard time consuming Tetris media. I don't know. I think I'm too close to it. Like, I'm just too close to it somehow. 403 for Weisbrot, trying to uncover. Oh, that left side. What can he do? What can he do? And I don't think he's going to be able to do anything, and he can't. He's going to top out at 405. And Oeuf means egg is good in game number 3. You like PDP because it's removed enough from the game, says Hana. I don't think I've ever listened to a PDP all the way through. Maybe one or two. Oh, you're accusing me of a formal fallacy? What, affirming the, what did I do? Affirm the consequent? Okay, new pieces are here. E995CF. Yeah, it's just sometimes I feel like it's too close to, I don't know, to things. Plus, I don't know, I think sometimes like super long podcasts can be a bit rambly. I like them when they're very tight and focused rather than I'm going to ask this person every single thing I can about, you know what I mean? It's just, sometimes it's too much. And I don't mean that podcast in particular. I just mean like every podcast is just rambling. Much like these streams. Who could listen to this? All right, E995CF. Both players are ready. It's game number 4. Weisbrot looking to tie it up, force a deciding game 5. Oeuf is 1 win away from seed number 32, advancing to the top 16. Yeah, Oeuf means egg. He has, no, he's been in, okay, so September 2024, Oeuf means egg was in the top 8. So if I implied or said otherwise, that was a mistake. But he has been in the top 8 before. That was in September. And that, he was up against Pixelandy in that round. So you can imagine how that one went. Reversed the conditional, but yeah, that's just affirming, that's affirming the consequent. That's like the formal name for that. 125 for Oeuf means egg, 80,000 for Weisbrot. I don't even remember what I originally said, Whoops, and whether or not you're actually interpreted or heard what I said accurately, but. Toast? Oh my God, we're talking about bread. We've got Weisbrot on the on the screen right now, and the toast song comes up, everybody. So get out your toast emotes. Wait, affirming the meaning of affirming the consequent has shifted over time? All right. We'll have to get into it in the philosophy channel of the CTM Discord. There isn't one. All right, 291 for Oeuf means egg, 245 for Weisbrot. Cobra is here. What's up, Cobra? 300 for Oeuf means egg, 275 for Weisbrot. Cobra, it's time to win a Masters, all right? It's time to ascend one more level and win a Masters for you. $4.14 for Oeuf means egg, $3.26 for Weisbrot. Tetris for Oeuf means egg, 484 through 107, 376 for Weisbrot. Yeah, Oeuf always has that that Tetris little blanket on there. All right, Weisbrot kind of high in the middle here. Uses the long bar to the left instead of getting the Tetris. Zempro, you're beating a dead horse. Do you still beat your dead horse? Anyway. 581 for Oeuf means egg, 433 for Weisbrot. All right, it's like 4 people in the world who would. All right, anyway. 588 for Oeuf means egg. He's on 19. $480 for Weisbrot. Tetris 504. 621 for Oeuf means egg. Zempro says, I hate horses. How could you hate horses? They're beautiful animals. How could you hate a horse? All right, Tetris for Oeuf. 652. 531 for Weisbrot. All right, Weisbrot going to uncover all that garbage over the well, get a long bar over Tetris, 568. Tetris for Oeuf, he gets that long bar over 691. So 120-something thousand point lead for Oeuf means egg right now. He's also ahead right now by 12 lines. So Weisbrot will have some lines in hand, but he's got to make up some ground. And he's got to really choose to do it soon because, you know, you don't want to get to where you're 20 lines out and all of a sudden, oh, I need like 4 Tetrises over the course of 20 lines. So, you know, right now on 22, Tetrises are, well, on 23, Tetrises are worth 28,800. So even 5 Tetrises would not quite do it. Although, you know, in a few levels it might. All right, Tetris for Weisbrot, 697. Oeuf is just motoring along. Gets that T-tuck to get set up again, 855. He's got some pace to spare, so he can take some burns here. All right, Weisbrot getting set up again. Long bar, Tetris 733. And the game dropping S's on Oeuf means egg, so he plugs up the well a bit. Keeping that well open. Skimming it down. Weisbrot still back by about 130,000 now with under 30 lines to go for him. Now, Oeuf has only 16 lines to go, so Weisbrot has a few lines in hand, but he's going to have to be very efficient here because now he's back by about 160,000 with now 20 lines to go. Oeuf means egg with that Tetris 979. I'm not sure how much Weisbrot's going to be able to do here. Tetris is worth 33,000 for Weisbrot. Oeuf waiting for one last bar and not going to be able to get it in time. Top out at 980, and Weisbrot was topping out as well at 818. And Oeuf means egg will be moving on to the top 16 coming out of this seed number 32. Takes out seed 16 and 17. And GG's to Weisbrot. Always good to have you here. Hope to see you again in future months. But right now, Oeuf means egg. Taking out Scamper 3-2, Weisbrot 3-1. And you have locked yourself into that top 16. Again, GG's to you, Weisbrot. Going to go ahead and report this to the Centralized Tetris Reporting Authority. 3-1. And we've got another stream coming up in about 50 minutes, 50 minutes. And we will not be staying online for that entire time. I will be taking the opportunity of a break to take a break. Okay. GG's to you. Let's show you this bracket. Orange. We'll refresh it and show you. I don't have a top 16 set for Das Masters yet, so just that rightmost row on this little bracket is the top 16. So Tugi versus Oeuf means egg, 1 versus 32. That will be interesting. We got Pixelandy in against Dog in against Pixelandy, Wallbant in against Bendy. So the top half or left side of our bracket making a lot of progress. No progress whatsoever on the lazy right side of the bracket. So lazy. No, we'll get it all done. The next Das Masters bracket is tomorrow. That's going to be the teal bracket. Chroma versus Ian Keith. Winner versus Hana. And we have another one. We actually have 3 Das Masters brackets tomorrow. Teal, the one I just said. Green, Poopy versus Meme. Winner versus AV Geek. And red, Zack Attack versus JDH. Winner versus Miles. So 3. Tomorrow is the day for Das Masters. If you want to see more Das Masters. In 50 minutes, we will have a Masters Green solo match. It's going to be Peak versus Guafi. Winner goes to the top 16. And later tonight, we will have Tetris Time versus Eliash. Winner versus Sodium. Thanks to everybody who hung out. Thanks to those of you who contributed to the stream, to the prize pool, including Rogue Potato, Hinta, Junior, Abby, Normal, Joe, Arbaro, Serial Number, and Whoops. Everybody who helped us close out those contribution codes. That's great. Thank you for that. Thank you to new follower Kenny Withrow, Sonic the Screw for the Twitch resub. Appreciate that. What's your names float by again? There they are. And thanks to our patrons, everybody on the screen here helping to make monthly Tetris monthly. Make monthly Tetris monthly again. Well, you're doing that here, patrons. Thank you so much, especially Scott Gray J, K9, Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Kakin, and Mila. Really appreciate the support. We'll be back in about, 45 minutes for that solo match between Peak and Guafi. YouTube, you are dismissed. Thank you, Laurie Ravioli, Black Ops, Mark Triss, Psycho the Unsane, everybody over there for hanging out. Take care. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Twitch, we will... Oh, yeah, thanks, Weisbrot. Appreciate that.